Hello, this is Sayla Juarez coming to you from the PNN. Today we will be shining light on a topic that affects the lives of millions of people, autism. Autism affects how people communicate, learn, and experience the world around them. In the United States, about 1 in 36 children are diagnosed with autism. Yet there's still many misconceptions and stereotypes of people with autism. Now we are going to interview Ms. Mazos to learn more about autism. Hi, my name is Sayla. Today I'll be interviewing you regarding autism. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Mrs. Mazo. I'm one of the learning specialists here at Voice.
Okay, and the first question would be, how are people diagnosed with autism and what are the signs?
So individuals are usually diagnosed through a psychiatrist, and then we will take those results and bring them here, and then we'll help them if they need an IEP. Not all students or people who have autism will need an IEP. And so some of the signs, to be honest, they kind of process things differently. So it's a neurodevelopmental condition. It's not something we need to fix, but they may see the world a little bit differently. And some of those signs could be they struggle with routines, they kind of walk on their tippy toes. There's all these different signs. No two people with autism are the same, and that's why it's a spectrum.
Okay, and then our second question would be, how could the Perth community support students with autism?
I think the biggest way that you can support is kind of going beyond just knowing that it exists. It's more of a curiosity. It's more of asking questions. If you know someone who's diagnosed with autism, you can also help by kind of getting rid of the stigma that they're weird or they're different. Again, this is not something that we want to fix. This is something that we should inquire about because their learning style or how they perceive the world is different. And so creating an environment where there's no bullying but more of an acceptance. I think another thing that we could do is kind of create some spaces where there's sensory issues or some of their sensory, what's the word I'm looking for? So let me kind of explain. The sensory things are different. Loud noises, sometimes there's sensitivity to light, things of that nature. So creating a space where they can go and take breaks if they're feeling overwhelmed, that would be a great way for us as a community to support.
And then our third question is, how is learning different for students with autism?
Learning can be different. I think from my personal experience, I see them thriving more in areas that are science or mathematically based. And so they may just really dive deep into that world, and it's nice to see. Sometimes we're not really, me personally, Dr. Warburg's going to kill me, but I'm not always into math, right? But it's interesting to see how they might calculate a problem differently. And just kind of how they see things. And so I think with the idea of autism is more of just understanding that there's a world that's kind of unlocked for them and they get to see things in a certain way, and it's nice to bring attention to that.
Okay. And our last question would be, what resources are available here at Promise for students with autism?
So we have, like I said, I'm a part of the learning services, and so if a student needs more support, then we have the learning service team, and we provide different things for them, like, some people will use fidget toys. Sometimes we just need that as adults and as, gen ed students, but we also provide, we do have some spaces where they could go if they're feeling overwhelmed, but sometimes a lot of our other students don't know that. It would be nice to have some small groups. We do provide that for some of our students, but again, bringing more awareness is definitely going to help support them and feel more inclusion and feel a part of the Poise community.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
As we wrap up this broadcast, we're hoping that this video brought awareness and a better understanding of what autism is. This is Sayla Juarez from the PNN. Thank you for watching.